is Marco Olano. I'm a personal trainer at Tangible Fitness. I'm a former MMA fighter, Latin American and Peruvian champ, and I'm a member of the Grown to Strong team. I grew up in Lima, Peru. I'm from South America, Peru. I'm from the capital, Lima. I grew up in the city basically. As a kid in high school, I used to get in a lot of trouble, get into fights, have like troubles controlling my anger, my temper. So I always get in trouble, fights at school, all that kind of stuff. And when I was 11, I started doing boxing. And it really helped me a lot and make me a more calm person, release some stress. I always do it just as a sport. And when I turned 15, I went to an MMA gym. And this guy just were rolling and he just grabbed my neck and submit me. And I was like, what is this? I need to learn this. I don't know what is this, I don't know what just happened, but I need to learn this. So I got to this MMA gym when I was 15 with one of my friends from high school. We got to the gym and first the warm-up, we couldn't even finish the warm-up, it was so hard. And then I met my trainer, my whole life trainer. He's been my first trainer ever. It was like a second dad to me. So I started training, and when I was like 3 months training, I guess. And there was this tournament, and all the guys at the gym, they were all kids, like 15, 16, 17. They all said, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight. And the fight was a Saturday. So the Saturday I knocked on my trainer's door, and I go, I'm ready. He told me, yeah, ready for what? Ready for the fight you told me? And he's like, oh man, you're for real. Nobody showed up. You're the only one who showed up. And I was like, you have a cup, a mouthpiece? And I was like, no, I don't have anything, man. And we just went to the store, buy a cup, buy a mouthpiece. Let's go. And went to this really ghetto area, like in Peru. The fight was in a building, literally like it looked like an abandoned building. There was like a couch in the middle of the like waiting area. There was this nasty cage, and I was 15 years old, and I fought this 32-year-old guy because there was nobody on my weight class, and I was 15. I was too big for 15. I was like 170 pounds, so I fought this 32-year-old guy, and I just got into the cage. I got punched, boom, I got into the ground, and that was my first fight. And then we went back to the gym, and like, man, I always been in sports. So I love to compete. If I'm gonna do something, I've been swimming my whole life, so I'm used to competitions and stuff like that. So I went back to the gym and started training, and then when we all started because I like this. I know how it feels. I know, I'm not afraid of being to the fight. I like the feeling. So I started training, and I got my first amateur fight, and I knocked the guy out in the second round. And then after that, my coach told me, man, there's no point in keep fighting amateur. You're gonna get beat, amateur, pro, you better get paid for it, So I was 17, and when I turned 17, I got my first my pro debut. And yeah, same thing. I knocked the guy out first round. Then people start talking, who's this kid, because I'm not come from a family who has the need to fight. Like my sister, she's a psychologist, my brother studies business administration. Like fighting is not a thing in my family, so I was studying to be a pilot, so it's not like it's been a big thing in my family. They don't like fighting, all that like fighting world. So I start winning fights, second fight, same thing, knocked the guy out, second round. And my third professional fight, the promotion that I was fighting for, they tried to screw me because they saw this kid. Who's that kid? The fuck is that kid knocking everyone? Who is this kid, who is knocking everyone out? And they just tried to screw me. So I was 3 professional fights, and I fought this guy. He was like 36-year-old, and he was like at least 38 professional fights, and I was just 3. I just knocked him out, 30 seconds, won national champ. And after that, everything started changing because you get a little famous, you're the champ, just knock somebody out in 30 seconds. Everybody expects you to lose. And after that fight, I started training really hard. And then I fought a Brazilian guy for a Latin American championship. This is why I was the same thing. I was just 4 professional fights. He was like so much experience, Jiu-Jitsu world champ, Abu Dhabi champ, long story. And the same thing, we got into the fight, elbows, knock him out first round. I won this belt right here. And yeah, that's when all began. fighting. I kept fighting. I had my first loss. I remember the first loss because my training. I always used to win, you know. Not like always. I always used to train really hard, you know. I always used to just win and knock people out. After my first loss, I remember I got beat pretty bad. I gassed out in the fight. I thought I was gonna knock this guy out. I got in a guillotine. I got cocky. I'm not gonna submit him. I just want to knock him out just for the crowd. Big mistake. The guy kneed me to the face, beat me up pretty bad. He was long. I got gassed out. Screwed my whole face, and I was done. And even my girlfriend at the time, nobody will understand. They were like, "Yeah, don't be such, you know, like a child. It's just one loss. You were gonna lose eventually." For me, that was like the end of my career, you know. So the next day, just knocked the door of my gym, just to pick up my stuff, you know. And I told my trainer, "Okay, we have a fight. I already signed the contract. We have a fight next month. So better start training again." He said, "Pal, are you crazy? Why you need to heal first, right?" No, I'm gonna fight again next month because I hate losing. I'm not gonna handle this very well. More time, I'm just gonna be like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to handle this. After that loss, and then I came back and I won again. My coach told me, from this moment, I just start respecting you as a fighter, you know? Because it's easy to just win, always beat people up. That's easy. But get beat up and then come back, you know, now I respect you as a fighter.